You face the boss of blades.
Hello, Planeswalkers. Today we are going over some limited synergies for the Caverns of Ixalan limited formats, and that is going to help you to make better picks and pick out some good combinations for what colors and what decks you should be playing in the format. Starting off, we have Zoetic Glyph plus either a Diamond Pickaxe or an Oaken Siren. If you play a Diamond Pickaxe on turn 1, then do whatever turn 2, and then on turn 3 you Zoetic Glyph it, then you have a 5/4 indestructible for as long as your opponent has to deal with your Diamond Pickaxe, and if they do, then you do get to discover 3 from Zoetic Glyph. With the Oaken Siren on turn 2, then Zoetic Glyph on turn 3, you're able to get a 5/4 flyer with Vigilance as well as turn 3, and that is pretty much a must deal with threat, and if they do, then you also get to discover 3. Then we have Master's Guide-Mural plus Abuelo Ancestral Echo. By using these two cards combined, you will first get a 4/4 thanks to the Master's Guide-Mural, but then every turn, either yours and or your opponent's, you can use Abuelo to exile until end of turn your Master's Guide-Mural, and each time you do, you will wind up with a 4/4 at the end phase. Then we have Master's Manufactory, which is the craft transform version of Master's Guide-Mural. Along with Restless Anchorage, you are able to actually create a map token every turn, which will satisfy the requirement for Master's Manufactory to make 4/4s every turn. Next we have Poetic Ingenuity, which people are usually going to try and fit in with their dinosaur deck, but if you are running a artifact-based deck, you can use the other effect to summon 3/1 dinosaurs once per turn. One particularly brutal combo if you're running red-blue is combining that with Cogwork Wrestler, who is able to put combat basically under your control, but since you are creating the artifact under your opponent's turn, you will get a 3/1 dinosaur on their turn as well. Which leads to the next combo, Captain Storm Cosmium Raider and Cogwork Wrestler. Captain Storm Cosmium Raider is a very powerful card, and he can get out of control very quickly, and the red-blue Pirates archetype. But with Cogwork Wrestler, you're able to swing combat by a large margin, as much as 4-point difference in terms of what you are able to block, which can definitely upset the balance for your opponent. Next we have Screaming Phantom, generally just a good flyer, but since it does mill a card, it works very well with descend effects, such as Corpses of the Lost. By having these two cards out, as long as you wind up milling a permanent with your Screaming Phantom, you'll be able to generate a skeleton with haste every turn off your Corpses of the Lost at the cost of 1 life. Next we have Market Gnome, which is just a really good utility-based card. It, of course, is made for using the craft mechanic by taking it off the field, but you can also make excellent sacrifice fodder off it, such as Dusk Reliquary, Glorifier of Suffering, Vito's Inquisitor, and Fanatical Offering to be able to turn those cards into card-based advantage using the Market Gnome. Next we have Helping Hand plus Guardian of the Great Door. If you're able to send the Guardian of the Great Door to the graveyard by some way, then you can use Helping Hand and not have to face the cost of tapping for artifacts and or creatures. That gives you a 4/4 flyer for 1 mana in this case. Cycling Dinos are next. Pretty much if you use the Cycling Dinos, they're all pretty much at least pretty good. The white one is maybe the worst. But by using them, you're able to combine them with either a Soulcoil Viper or Defossilize to put them back into the field from the graveyard at a significantly reduced cost. Then we have Poison Dart Frog plus Huatli's Final Strike. By using the Poison Dart Frog, giving it Death Touch, Huatli's Final Strike will always kill whatever you choose to aim it at because of the Death Touch and the fact that Huatli's Final Strike has the creature dealing the damage. Then we have Hunter's Blowgun, which I find to be a very underrated card in the draft format. Giving something Death Touch is definitely a relevant part, as well as having reach on blocking. But the main thing is that, along with Grasping Shadows, which gives Death Touch and Lifelinks to creatures that attack alone, work extremely well with things that have the Trample ability. Because you only need to deal 1 damage to deal lethal damage using Death Touch, anything beyond that will wind up trampling to your opponent's face. Next we have Disturb Slumber. This card, along with the Restless lands, turns them into a 4/4, and since all of the Restless lands have an attack trigger, you will also trigger that attack trigger, and your opponent has to block with at least 1 creature thanks to the effect of Disturb Slumber. Well, that's going to do it for this video, and thanks. Please give a like if you liked this video, and if you have anything that you think is an awesome synergy that you have done in Limited, please leave a comment below. And if you would like to see more content like this and other stuff that I do make, please give it a subscribe. Thank you and have a great day.